What the hell was that? The Seahawks blow a lead they had the entire game to fall to the Los Angeles Rams, 17-16. Welcome into this edition of Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with a look back at this sorry-ass performance today. Let's go over the numbers for you. Geno Smith goes 22 of 34, 233 yards, and a touchdown. He did leave the game for a bit, did come back to finish this game for Seattle. Charbonnet led the Seahawks in rushing, 15 carries, 47 yards. Kenneth Walker did get injured in the first half, did not return. Charbonnet ended up finishing for Seattle. DK Metcalf had a very good day, 5 catches for 94 yards and a touchdown. Meanwhile, Matthew Stafford, this was his first game back from injury, and he went 17-31 through the air, 190 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Royce Freeman led the Rams in receiving, 17 catches, 73 yards. And Puka Nacua again? 5 catches, 70 yards, and a touchdown. He was a problem. Couple injuries for the Seahawks. Kenneth Walker, the most notable, left the game and did not return. We'll continue to see what his status is, but it did not look good with his situation with the injury that he left with there in the first half. Charbonnet actually played pretty solid, filling in for Kenneth Walker, but as has been a theme for the Seahawks, as we've talked about throughout much of this year, they kind of got away from the run game after Kenneth Walker got hurt. So let's ask you guys now, after this performance, the Seahawks fall to 6-4. Obviously, they're still in contention when it comes to the division, as the Niners are at 7-3. They're still in contention in the wild card, one of the top seeds in the wild card. What do you feel right now? What is your one-word reaction to what we witnessed today with the Seahawks loss? My one word is disappointment, because this is a game the Seahawks had no business losing. They were the better team. They led throughout the entire game here and let this one fall when they had no business losing this football game. My one word is disappointment. What is your one-word reaction to what we just witnessed? Chime in the comment section. Tell me what it is. It's our pinned comment today. Weigh in. Tell me what you think. Folks, we had a hell of a time at our watch party, and we're live for every Seahawks game here on the channel. And we're also bringing you daily news and rumors, live shows. We're also bringing you watch parties, Q&A mailbags, and more. If you love your Seattle Seahawks, this is the channel for you. Subscribe now for free. Help us get to our next milestone, 45,000 subscribers right here on Seahawks Today. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/SeahawksTV. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. So let's start with Geno Smith. A lot of people are going to blame Geno for what we saw today, naturally speaking, being the Seahawks starting quarterback. But here's the reality. Geno goes down. The offense with Drew Lock taking over never really picked up. The offense kind of just hit a wall of some sorts when Drew Lock took over at quarterback. They lost all the momentum they had. I mean, heck, even Drew Lock was moving the football in that final drive to set up that field goal by Jason Myers. Granted, it was a 50-plus yard field goal, so I don't hate on Jason Myers for missing a field goal of that distance. But Geno played good enough to win. It's not his fault that he got hurt. I mean, that happened. So I'm not going to sit here today. I know there's going to be others that are going to be bitching about Geno and all that. I'm not going to sit here and complain about Geno Smith for this performance today. I mean, he played good enough to win this football game. Meanwhile, Drew Lock, when he came in for Geno Smith, the offense really just stalled. It was very obvious the difference between Geno Smith and Drew Lock in the time that Drew Lock came on the field, going 2 for 6, 3 yards, also 3 in interception. And for those of you that have been clamoring for Drew Lock to take over for Geno Smith, to put a change at the quarterback position, I hope you got a visual firsthand that the grass is not always greener when all of a sudden you go to Drew Lock. Because it was painful what that offense looked like with Drew Lock under center. I mean, heck, even when Geno Smith came back and playing injured, the offense was still much better than it was under Drew Lock. So I don't mind Drew Lock as a backup quarterback, but if you're sitting here today and you're trying to say that Drew Lock should start over Geno Smith, you're just a fool. Let's be honest here. You are a dumbass if you're trying to sit here and say that Drew Lock should be starting over Geno Smith. That showed with this performance today. Who was Seattle's MVP against the Rams? I mean, I would go with DK Metcalf. DK looked good. Hard to find any bright spots, but DK was still good. With 5 catches, 94 yards and touchdown. Who was Seattle's MVP? Weigh in the comment section. Let me know what you think who it was. All right, let's go more statistics. DK. Going into today, there were some question marks about DK of the consistency of some sorts. But he still showed that he can be a great receiver and he can play at a high level. Today, 5 catches, 94 yards and touchdown. I don't even want to think of what the Seahawks team would have looked like if DK Metcalf had not played today, because he was a pivotal part of this offense. He and Tyler Lockett both. Tyler Lockett was solid. 5 catches, 51 yards. Credit to Geno Smith for getting JSN and Jake Bowman, this receiving core, involved. I mean, got them involved early, but kind of went away from things in the second half. What was working? Why did you not stay with what we saw of this receiving core that was really just kind of clicking in that first half as a whole here? That didn't make sense to me, but they don't pay me, the money to make those decisions there. But nonetheless, we'll get to more statistics here in just a second. But let's tell you about today's sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the place to go for daily fantasy made easy. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS for a $100 deposit match. Use the promo code CLNS for your chance to play along today. And here's what we went with today. Smitty's picks. Smitty had JSN to have more than 38.5 receiving yards. That worked out. DK Metcalf to have more than 25.5 receiving yards in his first catches. That didn't work. But he did have Rachaad White to have less than 13.5 fantasy points. That didn't work out. And then Russell Wilson to have more than 205 passing yards. We'll see how that works coming up tonight on Sunday Night Football. If you don't want to be like Smitty and be a loser, try to reset the board and get your chance to play on PrizePicks.com/CLNS. You can turn $20 into $100 just like that when you go to PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Use the promo code CLNS to play along today. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. You'll be glad you did. Now, when you look at this loss for the Seahawks, you're not going to blame the defense. The defense did its job, holding the Rams to just 267 yards of total offense, 185 yards through the air, 82 yards on the ground. They also created 1 interception. Time of possession, the Seahawks won 2. So that's what's kind of bizarre is that the defense did its job. Meanwhile, compare that to the offense and just a lot of inconsistency. Yeah, you had 291 yards of total offense, 233 through the air, 68 rushing yards, 1 interception, 32 minutes and 6 seconds in TOP. But, I mean, the inconsistency there. I mean, yeah, you lost Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet showed, some flashes there, but they never really could find a rhythm when it came to this offense for their performance today. So now after this performance, you have to ask yourself, what is your confidence level with the Seahawks team? Still in position to be a playoff team. But now things get a lot tougher when you talk about this Seahawks group of trying to win the division, of being a game back and now taking on the Niners on Thursday night. My confidence level probably about a 6 right now. What's your confidence level? Weigh in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Folks, we had a hell of a time at our watch party. We are not done covering your Seahawks team by any stretch of the imagination. For more Seahawks coverage, subscribe now for free for daily news and rumors, our watch parties, our live shows, and more. Subscribe now, and we'll see you next time right here on Seahawks Today.